When people who are unaware of my hydrocephalus look at me, they don't see the chronic pain and cognitive issues I face every single day. When you're diagnosed with hydrocephalus at birth, this illness is all you know. When you're diagnosed in your mid-80s, your life is already slowing down. But when you're diagnosed at 18, the world still expects you to graduate high school, go to college, move out, and get a job. When I got diagnosed, I felt like I was given the impossible task of living a normal life with an abnormal condition, and the stress of constantly trying to fit in this world only made my cognitive and psychiatric symptoms worse. Due to the lack of integration between hydrocephalus and psychiatry, my hydrocephalus symptoms were constantly labeled as external mental health disorders, completely separate from the systemic issue in my brain. Thankfully, Johns Hopkins fought against these diagnoses and figured out that my mental health symptoms were fluctuating in perfect timing with the pressure in my brain and were in fact a byproduct of my hydrocephalus. With the new protocol we created, patients who come to Johns Hopkins in need of a shunt are given baseline cognitive and psychiatric exams before and after shunting. Just like how traditional hydrocephalus symptoms are easier to see and detect, creating a snapshot of the patient's brain and quality of life before it's operated on gives doctors a baseline to refer to for the rest of the patient's life. Most recently, my latest cognitive and neuropsychological exam in 2022 was pivotal in changing the trajectory of my life. 4 years post-shunt, my exam showed that I'll probably face cognitive fatigue for the rest of my life. It also showed that while I do have good accuracy in getting the right answer to things, it just takes me much longer to get there. Just from that 4-hour exam, I was able to concretely learn what my brain can and cannot handle. I learned that when given a deadline, my brain often fails. I learned that when given the right time and space, my brain has the ability to do amazing things. All of these bits of information may sound small, but when living with a lifelong condition like hydrocephalus, learning these things about myself gave me a deep understanding of my brain I couldn't have gotten otherwise. Without this exam, I would be continuously trying and failing to do things my brain was just not meant to do, thinking that I was the problem. Not only have these adjustments transformed my cognition, but my mental health and self-esteem as well. The work Hopkins is doing has the potential of changing the lives of future and current hydrocephalus patients forever. After all the battles I had to fight to get the appropriate assistance, I can't begin to emphasize how life-changing these changes in the world of hydrocephalus will be. Patients will be believed, patients will be heard, patients will be validated, and patients will finally be cared for appropriately. I speak on behalf of all people out there who were given a mental health diagnosis with an unknown neurological cause when I say that we need this research to start shedding light on the unexplored corners of this widespread condition so that those with so many questions but no voice can finally be answered and heard. Thank you.